Hey there, this is Aaron Smith with Keller Williams Advisors Realty. I just finished up a group of showings with an out-of-town buyer here in northern Kentucky, and we were in the price point between say 250 and I think our highest price one we looked at today was 575. The buyer's relocating; they want to be close to St. Elizabeth Hospital, and we've seen a lot of homes already. There's not much on the market, but what's out there we've seen. We've missed out on a few. But I wanted to talk about some showings that we had with the for sale by owner. First, the for sale by owner that had their home on Zillow. I was one of the first people to call them, and I texted, and then I explained to them that I had a buyer that was interested in their home, wanted to stop by and take a look at it. They proceeded to ask what question. They asked questions. They said, "Is the buyer pre-approved?" Perfect question. I'm really glad that they asked because I've got a really strong buyer. The second question and the last question that they asked me was, do they have kids? And I said they do. They've got one child. I said, is that a problem? Which, let me tell you, anytime you get into familial status, you're in fair housing violation territory. If you can get yourself in a discrimination case there if you are found for discriminating against people who have families. But it turns out that the reason that they did not, or that they had an issue with children, is because if the children come along to the showings with the buyer, they did not want the kids to be disturbing their beds and couches and just kind of running all over the house. We were able to get a showing set up, and the showing went well. They brought along a family member to hang out with their son, and they were very calm, collected. Everything went fine. But here's one thing that did happen. The seller, when we walked in the front door, we took our shoes off out of respect to walk around the house, and the seller, basically took us on a tour of the entire house, which a lot of times, and if you're a for sale by owner, you are very valuable for the information that can't be seen with the naked eye, as far as neighbors and certain information that is not material about the house. I mean, we can see a dining room and know that it's a dining room. We can see that the floors are hardwood, but be careful if you're a for sale by owner. If you're selling your house yourself, buyers really find comfort, especially if they have an agent, in walking through the home, experiencing the home for what it is, and then coming up with a list of questions that they have. What are your average utilities? When was the roof replaced? And a lot of your property disclosures are going to have that stuff in there. But it can really feel overwhelming, and it can be a turn off to buyers. Even if they like your house, if you're walking through the house with them every step of the way, explaining to them, everything from, A to Z on your house, it can be a little overwhelming. They just want to take it in and see if the house feels good to them. So if you've priced your home right, you don't need to walk around and show them everything. It's going to feel right. It's going to feel priced right for the market, and you won't need to do all that. So happy selling. Hope this video has helped you out. The main points are careful what questions you ask when you're trying to get a buyer in there to take a look at your house for the first time, and try to give the buyer some space. Hang out on the front porch, back porch, something like that. Let them know that you're here to answer questions if they need anything. Provide them with some literature that they can see. But try not to crowd them out. So reach out to me if you need anything. Happy selling out there.